Okay, so hopefully this is recording and we're gonna go live here on YouTube. I've got some sad news to report. I lost my uncle James Kofer of Kofer Entertainment Group and Sherman Oaks, California. Two days ago, he lost his battle. With a kidney problem. So this was totally unexpected. My uncle was just here about 2 weeks ago. Actually, today is 2 weeks. 2 weeks that he left. I'm here in Rio de Janeiro, I should say, and he's living in the U.S. in California. So he came all the way to Rio to kind of check me out, show me love, and so it was a good time. His birthday was during that week, so we celebrated his 62nd birthday together. Um, Crazy, but it's the first birthday I ever celebrated with him, and it was his last birthday. So it was meant to be for him to come and spend some time and to love on me and love on my fiance and the kids and um, check out the studio that he was so instrumental in building. That you see here, everything that you see here is a product of his work, success, his support for me, his idea for the future. So, my heart really goes out. My aunt Jackie is also there in California working on television shows, directing, writing, producing for lots of shows you may know, like Martin, Let's Stay Together, Moesha. Those are just a few of the shows that she's been on as far as writing, directing, all of these things. So for her, it's a great loss, and so my heart goes out to her. And I hope that we can find some comfort in this time. It's totally unexpected. When my uncle was here, he was very upbeat. He was just smiling from ear to ear. Rio was just a different animal for him. Even though he's from Los Angeles, Rio was, like we say, is not for amateurs. So he was learning a lot about Rio, but he loved it. He was like, hey, I will come back. He just loved it. He had a really good time here. And we had a great time together, just hanging out, and we had breakfast every morning, and we did happy hour a number of days together. Matter of fact, his last day, like that Saturday, had a lot of things like planned, and I had a delivery coming to the house and everything, so I kind of I hung out with him, had breakfast, and we hung out, did some things, and then I had to leave. But I looked at the clock when I got done with everything, and I was like, oh, I can meet him back for happy hour. So at about 6 o'clock, we went for happy hour, and he was leaving for the airport at 8. So he was really excited and really happy that I actually came back to hang out for those last few hours with him. And little did I know that those were the last few hours that I was going to have with him personally. It's been a tragic year for our family. My mother, my uncle's sister, passed away about 6 to 7 months ago. I want to say about 6.5 months ago, because of some things that he explained to me when he was here, and gave me more clarification on. I didn't have a great relationship with her, but she's still my biological mother, and her passing was emotional for me. It definitely was very emotional. And so about 2 months after that, my sister passed away, my older sister. So, we had a lot of tragedy there. My sister was a doctor, had her doctorate degree. She worked for Syracuse University. She's written books. She's been deans of colleges and just empowering to women, especially black women, in education. So she was the crown jewel of our family, and we kind of lost that as well. But the crazy thing is that, I'll tell you this short story. I broke my phone a long time ago, like earlier this year. I replaced the screen on it, and then one Friday night I broke my phone again, and I realized, like, okay, I got to replace this phone like right away because I have business and things that I got to do. So I ended up breaking my phone again, and I was so upset that I broke my phone. I'm like, because it was totally my fault. The first one was the cat's fault, but this one was definitely my fault. It was on the bed, and it was dark, and I, went in the room and pulled the covers or went to pull something off the bed, and it fell on the floor. I didn't realize I left it there. So my screen was all jacked up, so I had to get on the computer, get in contact with my sister. And she had been telling me for like a month and a half or so, hey, Uncle James is trying to contact you. He's got something for you, and he wants to contact you. I was sending emails and different things and stuff, and I just never heard from him. And at this point, I was like, okay, I think I need to hear from him because, you say he's got some money for me. And I was thinking maybe because of my mother's death, maybe there was some money or something that he was supposed to give me. It wasn't something I really was interested in even. And so I just kind of left it alone for those weeks. But then when the phone broke, I was like, okay, I think I got to talk to him about this for sure, because I've got to replace. I don't have any other option really right now. And so that was on Friday. And on Saturday, she hooked me up with him. And I hadn't seen my uncle in 25 years. He came when my son was a baby to Orlando. He came and saw my son when he was a baby, and that was the last time I really saw him. Our family is just like that. I don't know why, and that's important to what I'm talking about here today. Yeah, so he sent me the money for the phone right away, and so he was like, that was Saturday, and he was like, okay, I'm going to send you this money today, but Monday I'm going to send you more money because I know you need more money, so I'm going to send you more money on Monday. But about an hour later, the second half of the money showed up. And I was like, okay, did my sister do this? Because my uncle's not tech savvy, so he had my sister sending the money. So I was like, okay, did she mean to send this a second time? Did she mean to send this? Because he said Monday. But I forget what happened with that or whatever. We never really got around to what happened with there or whatever. But so that was Saturday. And on Tuesday, my sister went to work and she was happy-go-lucky and she fell down and died. She had a heart problem. So that was real tragic. It was unexpected for us. The family was not aware of this problem that she had, and it's a situation she didn't kind of take care of it. Take care of the situation that she had with the medical side of it, and I think she was engrossed in her career, and she didn't want to take the time it was going to take to be away from her career and everything. So we just found out a lot of things, and it was really, really hard because, like I said, she was my role model. She was successful. She did it at the top level. She had dinner and pictures with presidents, so this is the kind of person that she was. And so she was near and dear to my heart, and my older sister, so by blood. So yeah, I have another sister too, who's my stepsister, but I love her just the same. But this was my sister by blood who held me when I was a baby, that type of thing. So, it was hard losing her, and then being here in another country while the funeral's happening over there. I got to see it on Zoom and all that kind of stuff, but it was hard. It was real tough for a long time. But her parting gift to me 3 days before she died was my uncle. And my uncle gets to talking to me, and he's like, oh, I'm in film, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing all that stuff. And then is like, I don't know, I happened to mention that I did music in Orlando or something. I don't even know how it came up, or that we were thinking about maybe doing a studio here in Rio. A friend of mine, we're going to probably split the cost or whatever. And he's like, okay, whatever, let's do it. And so we made a plan. We came up with a list of things that we wanted. We started buying things. We had stuff shipped from the United States, which is a whole disaster. And we learned a lot of lessons together, through that shipping process and all that. We learned a lot of things together. But the thing about it, he never complained. He never, balked at it. He was 100% on board. He wanted to see me happy. And you don't get that often from a lot of people. He just wanted to know that I was happy and that I was taken care of. He not only did the studio stuff, he did things in my apartment. I needed a refrigerator, new stove. I needed all of that stuff. Everything. He did everything. And then my girlfriend was kind of in the same position, or my fiance and her kids. And he did the same thing for her that he did for me. I mean, he went all out, and you don't find good-hearted people that way. But he definitely loved me, not because of the things that he did for me, but he loved me, and when he was here, we just had to spend as much time as we could together. And I'm glad that we did, because he didn't like to fly, and this is a long flight. I think it was like 15 hours of travel to go from Los Angeles down here to Rio. So he made a real effort to come see me, and he didn't hesitate at all. And he stayed in a fine hotel. He had his 62nd birthday party. I got him the cake, and I brought all of my friends and people who were instrumental in my life here to the birthday party. And he was just ecstatic. I mean, he was just happy and smiling and just happy-go-lucky. And, he did notice a little bit of a medical issue that he was having, but nothing that we thought was anything serious. But now looking at it, maybe it was more serious than we thought. And so, he didn't let that bother him. He was just doing his thing for the week. So it was really, really cool. And, I just got, the call a couple of days ago. I was sitting on the couch ready to come here to the studio and, talking with my girlfriend and going through her issues. And then, the message came in that he's in the hospital. And, and they had to put him to sleep to try to get him the medicine that he needed and all that stuff. And we just had to pray, and I was hoping that he was going to come out of it. I really, felt like maybe he would come out of it. He fights like hell, and I sent him a message on his WhatsApp like, hey, I know you fight like hell. I want you to come out of this, and, I love you. And, and unfortunately he did not. So now he's passed the baton to me. In one of our last meetings that we had here at the hotel, he said that, hey, there's certain things I can't do. I'm getting older, and kind of passing the torch to you, So, I'm holding the torch now. I'm holding the baton, and I've got to go forward with it. So even in my grief and my pain, I have to be strong. I don't have a choice because I have to carry this torch. He set me up with everything I needed to be successful. Everything I needed to be successful. All of the books that he brought me. If you see all of the material that he brought me, all of the pictures of my family I didn't have. He brought me everything that he could possibly bring to help me. And my Aunt Jackie was instrumental too. I'm not gonna, it's about my uncle, but at the same time, my Aunt Jackie was the one who was sending the transfers. After my sister died, then Aunt Jackie kind of took over, and she was sending the money transfers so we could do the lease here and the equipment and everything that we needed. She did everything. So she was wonderful, and she's, and she's in my heart now because we have to take care of her and, show a lot of concern and care for her in this time as well, losing her husband. So yeah, it's a tough time. It's a sad thing to report, but I just want to say I'm here. I've got to continue on because this is what he would want. I can tell you right now, he would say, you shouldn't be allowing me to stop you from what you're doing, or what we planned. He would never allow that. So I've got to go forward. I don't have a choice. So this is, I'm sad and it hurts. But I know that it's my job to carry the torch for the family and to carry the torch for him and to help people the way that he helped people and he helped me. He helped my fiance. I can do the same thing. And All he told me was, don't be a cluster, man. Don't be a cluster. This is what he kept telling me. He's like, Rio's crazy. It's a cluster. Everything here is a cluster. The way things work is a cluster, but don't get caught in that. Don't be part of the cluster. Don't let that, let that grow on you till you become part of it. Do your thing. And that's what he kept telling me. And so I can't be the cluster, man. I gotta be organized, get things going, and go forward. So I am going to be doing the Hip Hop Save the Community show. I think I'll have a guest host as well, a co-host as well, from London. She's got a lot of radio experience. She's got a lot of DJ experience, managing artists, all of that stuff, but she was in London. So it's going to be cool, so it'll be cool to have her on with me. I may do the producer review podcast show. She wants to do a podcast. We did some narration for her of a book excerpt the other night, and we found out yesterday that she got the job. The lady who wrote the book has hired her to actually narrate her book, to do the audiobook portion or whatever, so we'll record that here. So lots of things. I've got a friend of mine now through my uncle, who was taking meetings 2 days before he passed. He was taking a dinner meeting with another producer and engineer out of LA. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he wants his name out there, but who works in a large studio in LA and has some wonderful ideas. He's Brazilian, actually. So, I've got that connection with him now through my uncle. Like I said, my uncle had dinner with him 2 nights before he passed. So he was taking meetings for me there in the United States, connecting me with people, sending me countless articles, information to study, information about record labels, and information about business setup and structures, because that's what his specialty was. He was an attorney or a lawyer who structured businesses. And so he was, when we were here, he was talking to me a lot about business structure. He brought me a lot of books about how to set up LLCs, taxes, all of that stuff. He brought me all of that material. So there's no reason for me not to go forward. There's no reason, because he set me up and gave me everything that I needed. And so, I've got angels now. I don't have them in physical form, but I've got angels watching over me, and hopefully I can carry the torch the way that represents them in a good way. So I just wanted to jump on it. I didn't want to make it so heavy for you guys, but it's a heavy subject, and I just wanted to get on here. It's my first live that I've ever done on YouTube. I didn't even know I could do lives on YouTube, but now I guess they gave me the ability to do lives. I've got to get my subscriber count up. I've got like 6 subscribers, so we're going to get some more of those. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of jump on and give a tribute to him and to his powerful influence in my life. The love that he gave me was unprecedented. I haven't felt loved like that in a long time. And just unconditional love, just wanting to see me happy, wanting me to see, to do well. And he was taking pride and joy in that as well. And not just myself, the kids and their school clothes and, furniture and everything. I mean, he just made sure, so I appreciate everything that he's done, and my appreciation is going to be shown by the work that I do going forward. So I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. Once again, I don't think I told you my name. I'm Knock Rio. I produce under Knock Rio Beats. ILI Media Group is going to be the LLC that I set up. And CAB Studios is dedication to my sister, Saria Net Banks. That's why it's CAB Studios. I'm here in Rio de Janeiro in Copacabana. I've got a spot here in a commercial building here. So if we've got artists and things that are coming this way to Rio and they want to do some work, send them my way. If you've got some mix work that you want done, you can send that my way too. We've got real reasonable prices to do mixing for individuals and stuff. So I just need to get this thing off the ground and find the right lane, So I appreciate the time that you're taking with me here. Hopefully the quality is decent, and hopefully you can hear everything pretty well. But I do appreciate your time, your patience, and thank you for all the condolences that I've received and all of the well wishes and the people who have been supporting us. You know, just thank you so much. Love your loved ones, love your family while they're here. Tell them you love them, show them that you love them. Whatever differences you have, maybe put them aside if you can, and just utilize the time that you have. That's all I can say, you know. So I'm going to sign out here. Once again, it's Knock Rio, Copacabana, Rio de Janeiro. Peace.